17 minutes before the hour. Kathleen?
Coming up next, Lucille Ball's best friend from high school tells us how she got that red hair.
It's friendship, friendship, just a perfect friendship. When other friendships have been forget, ours will still be it. A lot of hep, hep, hep. 2, 3. A lot of hep, hep, hep. 2, 3. A lot of hep, hep, hep.
This is your captain speaking. We've just reached our cruising altitude of 31,000 feet. And in a moment, the flight attendants will begin serving lunch and...
Captain, we forgot the Colombian coffee.
"100% Colombian coffee, handpicked by Juan Valdez. It's the richest coffee in the world."
Oh, honey, don't come near me, please.
Oh, I can't. No, it's not a good idea.
Oh, no, baby, not right now, no.
Oh, sweetie, you don't want to get too close.
Till that sticky, pasty morning mouth film on your mouth, teeth, and gums is powered away with Scope, and the worst breath of the day is replaced with the best.
Kiss me.
What are you waiting for?
Great kiss.
You may kiss me now.
Scope, the best thing first thing in the morning.
Folks who use Tartar Control Crest have a few things to say about their cleanings.
Wonderful.
Great.
Marvelous.
That's it.
You should care.
Beautiful.
For me.
Because dental cleanings are easier with Tartar Control Crest.
Thoughtful night. Yeah. It's paradise. Woo. It's what I love to see.
So use the toothpaste more dentists recommend.
Wonderful.
It's wonderful.
Tartar Control Crest, the dentist's choice, is hard on tartar and easy on you.
All right.
In home after home, people are throwing out cleaners they don't need, because all they need is Lysol Direct. Direct cleans everything without rinsing, so people are making room for one cleaner that cleans everything. Lysol Direct.
Pain. Pulsing, throbbing pain. There is a wonder drug for pain. Doctors themselves take more than extra-strength Tylenol or Advil. More doctors take Bayer. For pain, Bayer is the wonder drug that works wonders.
I'm sorry, I'll be able to make it. Shall we try this slippery beast again? There we are. Up you go. I have to give a big push.
I'd like to oblige, Mum, but I'm a rotten jumper.
Lucille Ball had friends all over the world, but few people knew her as well or as long as Marion Van Vleck. Their friendship goes back 6 decades to their hometown, Jamestown, New York. They met when they were both 17 years old and became best friends. And Marion Van Vleck joins us this morning live from Jamestown, New York. Good morning, Miss Van Vleck.
Good morning, Kathleen.
Now, let's go back to when you were 16, 17 years old. The first time you saw her was at an amusement park?
Yes. Well, we were early teenagers at that time.
And what was Lucy doing at the amusement park?
Well, she lived in Sullivan and would come through the park where my father had a concession, and I was there a lot and saw her. And then we started going to the Pier Ballroom for dances, and from there on, I was with her in New York for a summer.
Well, Miss Van Vleck, when you were 16, 17 years old, what do you think the bond of your friendship was?
Well, I knew her in so many different places. First in James, then I could share New York with her. Then I was in California 5 years, saw a lot of her then. We almost came full circle, like 3 weeks she was to be here.
Now, so, tell me about New York. Let's go back to the time in which I think you were about 20 years old.
20, yes, because
and the
I
two
had
of
my
you went
20th
to New
birthday.
York. The girls went to New York.
Yes.
And I understand Lucy wanted to be a model, correct?
Yes, she was. Yes, I posed for cigarette ads, Chesterfield, Philip Morris, Colombian Coffee, lots of them. And she got me a job in an antique shop, $20 a week.
Now, did she have trouble getting jobs as a model?
Oh, no. Oh, no. No, she had many friends there, too. And also to pose for commercial artists like Roger Furs, who ended up to be Laurence Olivier's right-hand man, got awards for his stage sets.
Now, you dyed her hair red, is that correct?
I did it. The first time. I'm guilty. And I hated red.
Why did she want to dye her hair red?
Well, she was going to be in the part of Aggie Lynch in Within the Law, and it was sort of a tough girl part, and we decided she should have red hair. She had beautiful chestnut, natural hair. And so we went to the corner drugstore and bought Golden Glint, and it was a disaster. It turned pink and orange, so we had to go back to the drugstore and get some henna, and that worked. And she stole the show. Yeah, she didn't have the lead, and I lived through every minute because I had rehearsed it with her. And it was just like seeing your child on the stage in kindergarten for the first time.
Was she always funny?
Oh, always, always. But of course, especially so with her wonderful writers that she had, much exaggerated from what I remember, but always ready for a laugh, clowning around.
Marianne Van Vleck, thank you so much for joining us this morning and sharing some of your memories.
You're welcome.
It's now 11 before the hour. Harry.
Coming up next, Phyllis Diller and Nancy Walker talk about how Lucy inspired them.
Who am I? Come closer and I'll tell you who
I took the way.
No vegetables yesterday, honey.
No time.
The American Dietetic Association says vegetables are an important part of a balanced diet.
No salad.
Too busy.
When you can't get to eat vegetables, you can drink them. One delicious glass of V8 juice provides a serving of vegetables.
Have a V8, honey.
Forecast, plenty of sunshine through today with seasonal temperatures.
It's straight to the office for me, hon.
Morning, George.
Hey, Fred. No V8 today, huh?
Drink V8. Keep your diet straight.
I'm dead tired. So why am I wide awake?
Nitol will help you get your Z's.
Nitol helps you feel drowsy so you can get your Z's.
Nitol will help you get your Z's.
Don't trust anyone under 50. Words from Abbie Hoffman before he took his life. In this week's People, the madcap firebrand who battled depression and lost. This week, Death of a Radical.
And look for this super special People Extra edition.
Celebrating 50 years of TV.
This portion of CBS This Morning is sponsored by rich, delicious, mountain-grown Folgers Crystals.
To many comedians, Lucille Ball was an inspiration, a groundbreaker, and a mother figure. Nancy Walker worked with Miss Ball in the 1943 movie Best Foot Forward, and the two remain friends ever since. Phyllis Diller worked with her on many Bob Hope specials. And Nancy Walker and Phyllis Diller join us now from Los Angeles. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning. Good evening.
Phyllis,
Yes?
what was the thing that touched you the most about Lucille Ball?
Well, you said mother figure, and to me, you know, I am old, but I am still a newcomer in the business because I started very late, and I looked to Lucille for guidance, which she always gave me. She just knew everything. Nancy Walker is another one that these women preceded me and had worked long and hard, and you know, you have to learn all this, and Lucy was a wonderful teacher.
Nancy, what was the secret to Lucy's success?
Well, I think, for one thing, she was every man, or every woman, if you will. And people identified with her, and she took the foibles of human nature and just enlarged on them, which most comics do. But she was a very feminine comic. which a lot of ladies aren't.
You know, a lot of people have said that, Nancy. I don't quite understand that. While, you know, Sid Caesar and many people say that what made her so exceptional is that she was always feminine. What do you mean that a lot of female comics aren't feminine?
Well, I've seen a lot, and I know Phyllis will agree with me. A lot of women think that to be funny, you have to be aggressive. You don't. You have to be funny. There's a big difference. Chaplin was never aggressive. He was put upon. So, to be feminine does not mean that you can't be funny, and she was terribly feminine. She retained that all through her career.
Phyllis, she created somewhat of a, I hate to say this, a broad humor, somewhat of a physical humor, didn't she?
She was a master at physical, of all kinds of humor. She did her own stunts. It's a stunt to get that out. She did her own physical, difficult things, and I agree with Nancy completely. She never lost her femininity. See, some women, when they are being funny or trying to be funny, lose their femininity, and then they lose it all, because then it's ugly. Then and she was totally feminine. She was a very beautiful woman, always.
What's the one thing, Phyllis, that you learned from her that no one taught you except her?
I had never known how to, and it's just two words, take stage, because I am basically terribly shy, and it's something I just couldn't get over, and I will never forget when she just pushed me out and said, take stage, because I always had a tendency to just creep out and apologize for being alive.
Nancy, when the two of you worked together, did she teach you anything?
I don't, no, I did physical comedy also, so we were kind of very simpatico with each other. What we found in each other as friends was honesty and frankness and a disdain for the phony. She couldn't stand phony people, phony situations. I'm afraid I'm that way, too. It goes for a bit of loneliness, right?
Right.
If you can't stand that, and particularly out here, you're in a lot of trouble. But I adored that in her. She just wouldn't take second string.
And she never swallowed all of the Hollywood hype, did she, Phyllis?
No.
No.
Not at all.
Phyllis Dillard. Nancy Walker, thank you so much for joining us this morning. And we'll be back.
This is instant coffee? I don't believe it.
That's what people have been saying in fine restaurants. But what would happen if you secretly switched Folgers Crystals for the fresh brewed coffee in your home? Let's listen.
It tastes absolutely like what we drink when it's fresh brewed.
When I found out, I was totally shocked. Mrs. Terry, I said, the coffee smells good. I'll be down in a second.
Folgers Crystals, so dark and rich. Why don't you try the switch?
She did it to me this time. She got me.
Well,
she got me.
Which is more extraordinary? Vidal Sassoon's Salon Premium Hair Products or the woman who uses them? Vidal Sassoon. If you don't look good, we don't look good.
On CBS This Morning, here's a look at your weather.
Good morning. You're going to find more June weather in April with highs of 88 to 92 degrees, southwest winds 7 to 15 miles an hour. Tonight, partly cloudy and mild. Our low will be 65.
Tomorrow, Mercer Ellington on his father, and also Mario Andretti will be joining us.
Next hour, we're going to continue our look at Lucy. We're going to have a roundtable discussion with Steve Allen, and Peter Bogdanovich is going to show us how Lucille Ball made movies. Stay with us.
Lottery fever, the get-rich-quick craze, as Americans bet they can beat the odds. 48 hours tonight.
Someday, someone will spy, someone will die.
Somebody's body was cremated last week.
Jessica's the one to ask.
Why?
An all-new Murder, She Wrote. Then, beyond the headlines, beyond the controversy, the man the public was never supposed to meet.
The president knows every move I make.
David Keith is Oliver North, Guts and Glory, Sunday.
The best in the country take flight in pursuit of the national crown. The NCAA Men's Gymnastics Championships this weekend on CBS Sports Saturday.
This is CBS.
I'm Dominic Wilkins. Fortunately, I haven't been in an automobile accident, but quite a few of you have. If you're having pain from whiplash or are having lower back pains from work-related injuries, I suggest you contact the Brown Arrowhead Clinic nearest you. I did.
For an immediate appointment at the Arrowhead Clinic nearest you, call 961-5577 now. Be like Dominique. Get relief at your nearest Arrowhead Clinic. You don't have to suffer.
Another day dawns. But no one knows exactly what the day will bring. Not even the weatherman. And that being the case, it's well worth having the peace of mind only this card gives you. The one from Blue Cross and Blue Shield. Those who have it feel better than those who don't.
Every week, you pick up newspapers from all over Georgia, and it's the same story. All the dealers have the lowest prices this week only. Well, do they really? Just bring your newspaper out to Gene Evans Ford. Let's compare their prices with our everyday low prices. When we get to the bottom line, you'll know why it doesn't take a come-on newspaper ad to prove that Gene Evans Ford is the only name you need to know for a car, truck, or quality used car.
Our business is saving you money.
At the Shannon Mall exit, Union City.
Abortion pill. Tonight at 6 on Eyewitness News.
What do you think you're doing?
I hadn't seen that one on the last 24 hours. It was a favorite.
Welcome back to CBS This Morning. I'm Kathleen Sullivan.
And I'm Harry Smith. Good morning, everybody.
Lucy did leave us with much more than a legacy of laughter off the screen. She was an innovator who changed television. Just one example. She and Desi insisted that I Love Lucy would be shot with 3 cameras.